Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, it's time to experience the O on the Original Sports Podcast.
The O? Man, that was one of my joints when I was growing up. I loved going to the O.
Hey, a small fry was like, you could feed me,
right?
you could feed you, me, and Chops with that one.
Yeah. A large feed a family of 6 and have leftovers.
Hell yeah. I see there's some sort of groundswell in Pittsburgh that they want to get the O back open, a different location. I'm like, it just won't be the same though,
No.
you know? Like it's got to be dirty and crusty and nasty. You know, that's what made it the O.
And you gotta bring Latifah back. The lady, the black lady who wore the Queen Latifah hats.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
She got mad. I called her Latifah one night. She got mad at me, but yes.
She'll get over it. They always do, don't they? But she got that shit filed away in her memory, like all the women do. Don't mess with them.
I think she had a twin sister, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
Man.
Yeah. She worked there too, by the way, so you never knew which one it was. I didn't, at least, but yeah.
It don't matter. I had twins in class, or I had these two twins that were in my key club at school.
2 twins is 4 people, but go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, I had twins. See, my brain's on vacation finally. I had twins in my key club at school. I didn't know who was who, and they'd be like,
"Oh man,
who are we? Who are we?" After 4 years, I finally got it by their haircut.
And you figure going into the O after you've been nipping and you got a twin, you ain't telling them twins apart.
No way.
Nah, brother.
It didn't really matter though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't matter. Hey, fellas, you can just smell sports in the air, can't you? Us junkies, we know what's going on. This show today is going to focus on moving in, NFL players hitting camp, and the highlights from the first week. Moving on, MLB trade deadline has come and almost gone, and with so many teams still in the hunt, how did the movement help those to potentially put them over the top? Finally, Paris is busier than hell. The Olympics are there, started on the 26th, and we got to talk about the early success and failures. So that's where our show's headed today. Let's start with a little spontaneous reaction. We haven't no spontaneous. What y'all think? Let's start with Chops today. You got
Man, did you see your boy McCann from the Orioles, your hometown, when he got hit by that pitch in the face, first inning, and he played the entire game catching?
I didn't see that. Wow.
I saw it.
Dude, his nose has to be broke. His orbital, but man, I'm telling you what, I don't know if it was high heat, but that ball had to be damn near 90 if it wasn't 90 plus. Hit him in his face. Wow. He laid out for a second. They attended to him. Never missed a beat. Played the entire, happened in the first inning and played the entire game.
You know what kills me about that? Dudes be getting tripped in soccer.
Yes.
Dudes be getting tripped. And they act like it's the end of the world. They're going to be in a hospital. That's a career for them.
Phyllis, remember when you remember years ago when you got hit, your nose is falling off. You okay? No, I'm good. Dude, I see your nose falling off. You sure you're good? No, I'm good. Now somebody gets hit. Oh, I can't. Hold on. I don't even think he touched you. Yes, he did. You didn't see it. Guys are now getting carried off, and everything is. There used to be where you, regardless of idiots or whatever, but you didn't want to show pain. You took it. I can keep going. I practiced every day. I want to be here for the game. Guys played in pain. Now, forget about it. For any little ailment, they're coming out. Call Trapper John. Call the doctor. Call everybody. Make sure I'm good. Make sure I'm good.
That's old school.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
This is an old school show, though, ain't it?
Woo.
We got 4 old hats on here.
Yes.
The T Sizzle is part of the crew. 4 old hats. I mean, it's old heads or whatever the hell you want to call us. These old, all them young bucks be doing podcasts, but you know who people like to tune into? Us, because we bring it real. Real. But Yeah, I'll tell you what. Hockey dudes, they get slammed into the boards, lose
Yeah.
teeth. They're right back out there.
Spit out teeth like chiclets and keep moving.
Yeah, well, yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Even so, honestly, I'm not even into BMX or skateboarding, but I give those cats props. When all of X Games, they're breaking bones left and right, and they're still keep going.
Yeah.
But I hate that now in a lot of these sports these days. Soccer, basketball, flopping. Man, I
think that's part of my problem with LeBron James.
Yeah, you've said it 100 times.
He's super flop.
dude, he's 6'9", 260. That's bigger than Gronk.
So he shouldn't fall, is what you're saying, Chops?
No, you can fall, but get up.
We fall down.
I mean, for the love of Jesus, come on, bro.
Yeah, there ain't no way he gets hurt half the time either.
No.
When he was sitting out there for 3 games, he tweaked his ankle.
Him and Anthony Davis.
Oh, that dude is to take a page out of Rasheen's phrases. He's softer than drugstore cotton.
Built like Tarzan, body like Jane. He's soft. Oh my.
Moving on.
Hey, what you got for us? What's your spontaneous?
Hey, I just heard Roman Wilson got carted off today.
He did.
Yes, didn't hear the severity of it yet, and hopefully it's precaution.
I heard he walked off, but then got carted off. So.
Yeah.
Mike T said they were going to do further evaluation before they actually can make a determination of how severe it is.
You guys think he could be the number 2?
I'll tell you what, that was the biggest knock on him and why he probably fell like he did. Everything I'm reading says that he's fragile.
Must be Italian.
He's fragile.
But here's the thing, man.
Fragile.
With the offense that we have now with this Pittsburgh, he's not going to be an Ayuk or a Pro Bowl number type guy. You know what I mean? So
he can be like Calvin Sweeney.
Yeah. Seriously, anybody's going to be able to fill in. Anybody's going to be able to fill in to be number 2 to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm surprised, I like it because I heard in the college he was a great route runner. So I'm glad he's getting his time. And I looked at him as a Hines Ward 2.0. You know what I mean? He got to prove to me he can block like Hines, but he's small, durable, can go across the middle. You know what I mean? When I say durable, Big Ten, he played in the Big Ten, so I thought he's strong. So we'll see where it goes. Now, with me though, it's that QB position. What I'm looking for, Steelers at camp. It's that QB position.
We'll get into that in a minute. But I hear the tight ends are eating up there too. The tight ends. So
yeah, we are going to get into that across the league. Hopefully, hey, how did y'all feel? And I know we're going to talk Olympics in a little bit, but this is kind of off the beaten path. I'm not a big opening, closing ceremony guy, but that shit they did in Paris, people trying to justify that, whole
the trend.
They were drag queens doing the Last Supper.
Yeah. And somebody's like, oh no, that ain't what it was. It was this. It's artistic. It's that. I'm like, no. If the perception by most of the people is it's mockery of Christianity, idiot, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from an artistic standpoint, that's what they were doing too. I was real heated up. I wanted to get back at this person, and I was like, nah, let me not do that because I'm really pissed.
Here's what I don't get. Okay, so say you think it up. Say for the hypothetical, it's us 3 sitting here, right? And I think that sketch, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I thought it up. You mean to tell me there was nobody smarter in the room to be like, hold on, think about what that's portraying. Think about what that's doing. Now, I understand you may have other religions, but Christianity is pretty big. You know what I mean? And that to me, I just don't see how that flew. I just don't. I just don't.
Well, it's funny you say that because I have a BMW, okay? The battery drained, right? And I go to get the battery changed, and the battery's in the back, but there's no key for the trunk. So I said the same thing. There was nobody in the BMW meeting that couldn't say, hey, maybe we should have a key so they can get to the battery. No, but guess what? I'm out of the BMW business. Just want to put that out.
How did they get in there then?
I don't even know. like the wire that ran to the battery somehow got wet. They changed that, and I don't know how they got. I don't know how they got back there. I really don't. I forget. He told me, but I forget. But
I forget
Yeah.
who it was that I knew a minute ago who had a BMW, and they said the same thing as you.
yeah, like there's no key.
BMWs.
Yeah,
They just wasn't down.
Here, I just don't get, and again, don't want to get political in that aspect, but in democracy, the many run it. You know what I mean? So if you have 10 people, 6 vote yes, 4 vote no. Sorry, the no's. We're going yes. You vote pizza, I vote soup. Pizza, we're even pizza. Bottom line, you know what I mean? If you don't want pizza, don't eat.
You're good with soup,
I'm saying, and I'm saying
and
that
you're good with pizza.
but I mean, my saying is, it's like, if the gay and trans community, and hey, do what you do. I got too much going on in my own house to worry about what you're doing. Do what you do. However, if you're still the minority of the minority of the minority, you shouldn't have the pull to be able to do that. That to me was going above you, because I tell you this, let's just say for the sake of argument, you'd have had a big burly guy kicking around a doll that was wearing a rainbow outfit. How do you think that would have went over? You know what I mean? So, and I'm saying that to say, with the trans, the gay and lesbian community, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But that, to me, on that stage, on that scale, and mocking the Last Supper was a bit over. That was a bit over to me. That's how I looked at it.
I had a problem with it. I don't have a problem telling somebody I had a problem with it. I didn't think it was right. I didn't like it. Being a solid Christian myself, I felt like it was a mockery of the religion. The only other religion that I believe is larger than Christianity is the Muslim religion. Yeah, I'm almost 100%. I'm almost 100% sure on that aspect. But like, it just didn't make sense to me. I'm with you, Chops. Who the hell sat in that meeting and was like, "Oh, that's cool. We should do that.
That's a good idea. That's great."
Yeah. It just didn't make sense to me. And how there was an outrage basically across the world, like, what the hell? Like, where's our country at? Where are we at with this in this world?
But now I'll be honest, I don't watch the opening ceremonies. I never have.
No.
So I didn't see it either.
My
didn't see it.
They were watching it. She kept yelling out countries. It drove me crazy. Oh, oh. I was like,
I did think that
there dishes that need to be done.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I thought they did that was pretty cool was they had countries on those boats parading down the Seine River.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat concept.
I saw the replay.
Like that, they exposed Paris in a great way from that perspective, but some of the other stuff was like, what the hell?
Moving on.
Moving right along today, fellas. Let's do the NFL segment right out of the gates. Do you like when camps open, and what do you look forward to early on?
Who pulls up in what kind of car?
All right.
And you know what? And honestly, I would he's laughing and we would clown that, but they do put that on the news, like what people pulled up in.
That's what I like. When I was young, that's what they always talked about on the news in Pittsburgh. The 1 year Harrison showed up in one of those little cars.
Yeah,
figured in the car. Yeah.
That one lineman for what I can't remember what team it was showed up in a Hello Kitty car. Yeah. And I mean, to me, I look forward to it, fellas. What is it? 2 nights from night. We got football in 2 nights. We got the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, it's on Thursday?
Yeah, brother. Now they already said Caleb Williams isn't playing. He won't take any snaps. And we know it's guys. Most of the people playing aren't going to be on rosters week 5, week 7 in the NFL season. But it's football. Right. It's closer. Yeah. We have college games the end of this month. Yeah. At the end of this month, I'm ready, Freddie Jack. I'm ready to get So I love it. I love it because it means it's closer to real football.
Yep.
Vince and I were up in Cleveland this weekend at the National Sports Card Convention, and in our hotel room, there was nothing but basically sports channels. And I was watching Canadian Football League football.
Oh yeah. I like to watch that.
It's not bad. It
I
really
like it.
isn't bad.
It just
Yeah.
gets confusing, but I do like it. I
I
do
mean,
like
some
it.
of the rules, yeah, like
Yeah.
20-yard end zone and shit like that. But it's pretty good.
Fellas, I did not realize there is an actual women's league with pads.
You sent a text on that. Yeah. What was that
They
about?
literally were playing at the same field where they're going to play the Hall of Fame game.
Oh yeah,
I mean, tackle, pads, the whole nine. Of course, we've seen the women, and like the lingerie bowl and this, that, whatever. But these women were really doing it, hitting full pads.
Pittsburgh's had a team for a while. The
Pittsburgh Passion. That's it.
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe look into getting someone. I mean, real feet. I don't know what their salaries are. I don't know if they get paid at all. I don't know. But these women, playing quarterback, she's calling audibles. Defensive linebackers calling different plays, adjusting. I was like them, man. I was entertaining. Also started watching Arena League. When's the last time you guys have watched an Arena League game?
Well, there's a
Gladiators.
dude from Apollo who plays on the Biloxi team that won the championship. You remember Richie Farah?
No.
Yeah. Well, his I think it's his nephew. I want to say it's his nephew. He played on that Biloxi team. He went to IUP. The kid went to IUP. He played at Apollo Ridge, and he played. You know what cracked me up about that Arena League shit, though? They had their championship game in a mall.
In a mall?
In a mall. It was in a mall.
How'd they do that?
They had some kind of indoor facility in this mall, and they played it there.
It must be that new mall. It must be that new mall in New York.
But think about it, though. That might not be bad marketing because a lot of people still go to malls. A lot of people still go to malls. And somebody might have ran past it, walked past it, give away free tickets. They wouldn't have normally went to a game. Yeah, there might be some decent marketing. I'd like to see the numbers on, and for that, how many people were at that game.
Yeah, I want to see you get tackled through PacSun.
I want to see the girls be on the men's team. I want that to come down the road. The way the rules are running, it wouldn't be uncommon. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you can't hit like that. You can't grab the collar like that.
To spin back the block, that was the new mall in New Jersey. It's where Rutherford Stadium used to be, where the Giants used to play. They built like a huge mall. It's kind of like they have an amusement park in there. I think they have skiing in there. Yeah, it might be bigger than the Mall of America now.
Listen,
they got all that.
It's called the American Dream Shopping Mall. If you ever want to look it up,
they're reinventing the mall to get people back in. Everything goes full
online.
Yeah,
everything goes.
I do everything online. Yeah.
Yeah, so does my wife. I still like going and walking around the mall once in a while.
I love the interaction, people to people. I love seeing it. Yeah, man.
This mall that we have here in Frederick, the one mall, put a movie theater in, and then they moved like a big entertainment, like arcade type of place in there. And now they're supposed to put in a bowling alley and some restaurants and things like that. That's the one out on 40, and the one down in
you're talking about Gold Mount, so they're fixing that mall up?
Yes, they are. And then the one right down the street in FSK Mall, Dick's bought the Sears, and they're turning it into one of their facilities where you can go in there. They're going to have batting cages. They're going to have ice, little bits and pieces of things all over the place that you can go into Dick's and try stuff out right there. It's a big facility, though.
Hey, and FSK Mall, if you're listening out there, you got to get stores that the people need. Frederick's changed since you opened. No one's going to no one's going to the stores you got in there, man. Come on. Step it up. Give me a call. 240-447-2955. I'll help you.
Someone's writing that shit down right now. You're going to get a call. Absolutely, positively. So, yeah, camp opens. I do. How about a time? Was it AB who came in on a fire truck?
Yes.
And then he came in on a helicopter one time.
Yeah. That when he burnt his feet or something?
That mug is done mentally. Right there. We should have known right there.
Yeah. Sad. That's a sad story, man.
Hey, most teams have been going at it for a while now at camp. What are you hearing from around the league? Anything big?
I sent y'all this morning, man. People are I asked you when you went up there, how did Fields look? You never responded to me, but yeah, I mean
I
they're
did
saying,
the next day.
huh?
I did the next day.
Oh, I must have missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
okay.
here's the thing.
They're
I
saying he
saw
looked pretty good.
Well, here's the thing. I saw a report from Brooke prior today that in the big plays, the splashes, he's making big splash plays. However, the routine, the
The
4-yard curls, the 3 out,
shorts.
he's still having issues on those. That goes back to when we interviewed. Remember, we were interviewing Butler. He said certain play you got to be able to count on guys. If you can't, here's the thing, fellas. You already know I already want Russ to be the starter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying, well, you know what you're getting with Russ. He's smooth, steady, wins the race. He's not going to make big splash plays. Where did Purdy end up last year? In the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, when he did everything he was supposed to. His defense let him down. You know what I mean? You don't think he's a phenomenal quarterback, but you don't think Mahomes would rather not have the game come down to him every week? You don't think he'd like to maybe throw for 300 and a couple TDs, but know his defense can handle it? If let Russ do his thing, let Russ cook, let Fields truly learn. He's never had a good tutor. He's never had a good teacher. He's never had a good scheme and system that he could learn from. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm all for your boy Russ being the starter and then rocking it.
Even if it means those little Roethlisberger passes, like those those 3 yard passes, that it was like, hey, could you still throw deep once a
Bro,
game?
here's the thing though. Only reason I had a problem with Canada's game because they were going 3 yards, dink and dive, but they weren't scoring. Now, but here's the thing though, Sheen, I'm looking at it this way. Let your boy Smith, let Warren, let Najee, let them both get hopefully close to 1,100, 1,200 yards.
Woo.
But when you want to go up top, I don't know if you've been watching your boy Pickens. He's back to his old self, making snags, making plays. I like Pickens. I really do.
To be quite honest, a lot of them guys are fast. I mean, I don't know what they got other than that. Jefferson is a 4.3 guy. The Quez guy is a 4 guy. I mean, they're all fast.
I like Van Jefferson. A lot of people are saying he's this. I like him. Here's the thing. You don't need Pickens to me is your clear number one. I know he's young, but he's your clear number one. Your number two is going to be your number two. You know, Austin knows the playbook. Wilson, he wants to learn. Right. You know what I mean? You'll have some other cats out there. If Muth can stay healthy, he's going to be a big part. So you don't need an Ayuk. You don't need a T. Higgins. It's great to have, but those guys that have great number twos have a large passing attack also.
Right.
This offense is definitely going to be run heavy. So
okay, well,
you know, I mean, who are you looking at? I mean, like, what's your mindset on the QB situation?
Long as, like I said, I don't want that dinking and I don't want that, man. I don't want these little. It's third and 3 or third and 5, and they run a 3-yard route. I don't want to see no more of that Roethlisberger when he was going at the end where he kept throwing. I'm like, dang,
But you know what though? I do think that was Canada because.
Why?
Well, here's why. Because that's, as you said, he was young. I don't think Ben could throw the ball country mile like he used to when he was younger. He was old.
Right,
but also,
3 yards.
I know, Pimp, but just feel me out. Ride with me. Just stay with me for a few seconds. But even after he was gone, whether it was Trubisky, whether it was Mason, whomever, or Pickett, he was still doing the same thing. That's true. And we knew whether you were a Mason fan or not, you knew he could air it out because he came into the league being able to do that.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I didn't think
that's why I think it was Canada. That's why I think it was Canada. So, and you know, I'm hearing a lot of negative about Russ. Well, he's steady. You know what you're getting. I think that's what we need because you didn't know what you had in Pickett. I don't think Mason got a fair shot as a true starter. I just don't. I don't know if he could have been the guy. I don't think he's a guy, but I don't think Mason got a fair shot towards the end, Ben. But I'm excited with Russ. I'm excited with this entire offense, and I'm geek, man. I'm ready, Freddie.
Speaking of Pickett, today my old principal posted on his Facebook account that the Steelers are going to wish they didn't lose Pickett. And now what I took from that was in the sense that since maybe Russ is kind of hurt right now, he was saying he never responded to me, but I did say it's I did ask him. I think he was saying that in the sense that if something happens to the quarterbacks, if we still had Pickett, we had somebody at least we know who knows how to win a game for us. Like, because now all that's left really is Cal Allen.
Well, okay. I hate to say knows how to win a game because I don't think there's any games where we can go back and say Pickett won for us. He might not have killed us, but he didn't
Right.
win it.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So my thing would be this, though. We know where there were a few games where Pickett didn't shine, where if he could have gotten the Steelers defense played up to par, they need help.
Yeah.
With a heavy run offense, right? With a heavy run offense, we just need a quarterback that knows the playbook. To me, so but let's keep it 100. If Russ goes down and Fields goes down, because let's say they'd have kept Pickett, he's not starting. And if Russ starts, he's not better than Fields. If Fields starts, I'd still feel better having, you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to know what he meant by that.
Well, let me ask you another question, because everyone keeps saying it's going to be run heavy. Now, what if teams are locked in on that run heavy and we can't run? Because you ain't gonna just be able to run on everybody, or do you just think we're going to be able to because the line is better? And now you're saying Washington's basically going to be like another tackle. He's out there with Freiermuth. Get out the way.
True, but here's the thing why I'm hip on that, all right? Because you definitely play the run different than you play the pass, okay? Mm-hmm. Muth was decent when they were playing the Steelers like they were going to pass. Muth was still getting his numbers.
Right.
Pickens, when you go to him, even if you're ready for him, he's still going to get his, right? So if you are going run heavy, because we got the jumbo package, got 2 tight ends, nice running back, and you got a nice 1-2 running back combo, okay? So let's say you stack it 8 in the box. If you go 8 in the box and we can't run, Pickens is beating somebody over top, right? Now, but you still have to, regardless of who is quarterback. Fields, I'm not saying he's Lamar. I'm not saying he's Lamar, but Fields can give you that type of excitement because he can break some. Russ, he can scramble for 2, 3, 4, 5 yards when need be. So even if teams load the box and the Steelers can't run it, which I think with these new three linemen, I think they're going to be nice with this new O-line. But even if they can't, I don't see how you can sign up a defense or design a defense that is going to equally be able to stop the Steelers' run game and the pass game because you need different personnel for both. So I'm geeked. If you decide you want to put 8 in the box and stop the Steelers' run game, let Pickens go to work. Let him be. He going to be a Pro Bowler. He going to be a Pro Bowler. That's I think. You know what I mean?
All right. I'm going to answer a few questions for you. Sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Little emergency.
Got you.
So Fields was taking snaps when I was at camp. All right. He was number one. He was still checking down. That's a Tomlin thing. That's take the short yardage, check down, get it in somebody's hand. Let's get the yards after the catch. Number one. Number two, Darnell Washington looks so much better this year.
Okay.
He looks so much more fluid. He looks so much more athletic.
Like maybe like he knows where he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Okay.
Not only that, but he just looks so much more athletic. He looks comfortable on the field. Last year, I felt like he didn't look comfortable on the field, especially in passing downs.
Right, because he was probably out there guessing and not knowing where he was supposed to be.
But here's the thing, fellas. People born round don't die square. You are who you are. Even at Georgia, when he had that size, when he had that strength, and he knew their playbook, they still weren't using him down in the red zone. And I was telling this to the guys when I was with other podcasts and doing this, that, whatever, because they were high on Washington. He was the same guy last year as he was at Georgia. They didn't use him. And yes, he looked good in practice, as Pickett looked good in practice. However, when it's game time, hopefully, if anything, maybe he can become an Antonio Gates in the red zone where he knows he can position his body, where he can get over the top plays or whatever have you. But I'm just not sold on Washington because even when you were at the University of Georgia, you didn't play what your size allowed you to be. So
I'm sold on him.
I mean, and hopefully, here's the thing. So I would say this again: you believe the sun is going to rise tomorrow because it has so many times in the past. What have you seen Washington do in real games that you're like, yo, I'm ready.
Well,
I'm ready. I'm riding the Washington train.
What happens if this offense is designed for him? Now, you were talking about 8 dudes in the box, right? Guess what? That's Arthur Smith's MO. He wants you to put that box filled up with 8 dudes, because then he can do play action and he can hit it down the field. That's where Washington and to be honest with you guys, they're not losing their minds over having a number 2 receiver, because they're thinking in their minds, and I saw this just from watching it in person, Freiermuth is going to be number 2.
Well, but
that's what they're thinking.
Can he stay healthy? That's the only thing I'm worried about Muth. You know, can he stay healthy? What's the plan after? And I'm not even worried about what's the plan if he goes down. But here's the thing. If I would have liked to have seen them do more work bringing in tight ends in the offseason, if they planned on going tight end heavy with the passing, whatever have you, because we know Washington can block. But I've never seen him be an offensive threat. So why would you think that he can be that now?
No, that there's another guy. Is it Rodney Williams?
Oh, the dude that they had last year? Yeah.
He's another one. He's a big one that can move and catch now.
They brought in the kid from
they did.
From Atlanta too.
From Atlanta, Pruitt.
Yeah.
Pruitt. But I mean, to touch on Washington,
Smith knows him.
It leads us right into number 3. How much does early camp days matter when should things really heat up for camp battles and positions? That leads us right into it. You said, what has he done? Well, what you think he's going to do?
Okay. For me, camp would be huge for a guy like Fields, because I do believe, regardless of what you think of Russ and the stories we heard, we know Russ knows how to study film. We know Russ knows how to read a playbook, this, that, whatever have you. Fields is basically, to me, in a lot of ways, a rookie, because he's getting taught things he's never seen at all. Not a different way of doing it, things he's never seen. He's never had this type of tutelage, this type of functionality, this type of just normalcy in an organization. You know what I mean? Because even at Ohio State, he was better, and his offense was so much better, they could do whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? But now he is truly learning the game. And I think that's one of the reasons why Stroud was so good in Houston, because he had a coach that set up in an OC that set up to help him. Because, fellas, if you think about it, most of the Ohio State quarterbacks over the years never made it. They didn't pan out. So I think Fields has a great chance to live up to the hype, to be with it. And I think it's huge for guys like him that are coming in, that a lot's expected of, but you're still learning a new system. To me, what's it helping Najee? What's it helping Watt? You know what I mean? Make sure they get back in that football shape a little, but
I will say this too. I like the fact that the Steelers are dangling 1-year contracts out there, because it makes you hungrier to earn your next deal. So Russ having a 1-year deal, Fields on the last year of his deal, Najee on the last year of his deal. Like, that's not a bad thing, fellas. That's not a bad thing. And it makes them, it makes them want to succeed and stick around in Pittsburgh, because they know how they're getting treated. Let's face it, right. Tomlin is still a top 5 coach to play for in the NFL. He's still a top 5. The guy might not be getting to the playoffs every year, winning playoffs games, but he's still a top 5 guy to play for.
Here's what I don't get, where everybody's talking about, why would you give 36-year-old, Russ a contract, this, that, whatever have you. However, when you look at what's being done and how he's played and what he's accomplished in his career, it's more than what Cousins, who just got a huge contract of Achilles, with. I sent you guys that meme where what he threw and what he did, he's considered washed up. You know what I mean? But what some other guys are doing, they're just starting, they're good or whatever, they're right in the mix. I think Russ is going to be great, and I love the predicament the Steelers are in, because if you give Russ another year or two, whatever it is, Fields is still only 25.
Yeah.
And if guys can play, they're playing longer at the quarterback position because they're not getting hit. Let him truly learn. Let him hold a clipboard. I think he could be what they're expecting Jordan Love to be, or what Aaron Rodgers became in Green Bay, even though he only had one ring to show for it. What he became after they made him sit behind your boy Favre for a little bit. I love the fact where they're sitting.
Camp for me heats up guys when they get to strap up and play against someone else other than their own teammates.
So you're talking about live scrimmages against other teams?
No. I'm talking about actual games, preseason games.
But see, I got bit by that dog last year because I was talking big noise after this preseason game because the Steelers was doing work. But I didn't realize a lot of these preseason games were against third and fourth teamers, guys that weren't going to be on there. So come first week.
How long have you been watching football?
When they got smashed by the 49ers, I went into work, stayed in my office, ate my cheese sandwich, didn't come out, didn't talk to nobody.
What kind of cheese? American?
Oh, no, white American with a little white cheddar, baby. And I'm still Miracle and I'll put on cheese. And, of course, I maybe sometimes a little bit of turkey. But if I do a cheese every once in a while with just cheese, I'll put on a fat slice, a tomato, and some lettuce.
Oh,
yeah.
OSP fans, let me let you in on a secret. This guy's never had a sandwich in his life.
What?
Don't eat sandwiches.
You're mad.
Never in your life?
Don't like bread. It's all mushy in your mouth. It's like throw up. I've never had a salad. I've never had a salad in my life, and I've never had a sandwich in my life.
Well, a salad is crispy and crunchy. Why would you not eat a salad?
I just when they say there's vinegar in the sauce, that just throws me off. The smell of it. Don't want to.
But what if you had like blue cheese, ranch?
Don't like blue cheese. Don't like anything white and creamy. Next. Don't
what
like
about
mayonnaise.
Okay.
Don't like ranch. Don't like thousands. Don't like anything creamy.
Okay. First off, Barbara, this explains a lot. Because now, no, seriously, it does. It does. It does. It does. Because when he was hating on Minka, he's hating on Watt. Now we know why. This man has bumped his head. He doesn't know what he's talking. Seriously, I don't know what has happened, but he is not fit to watch anybody's kids or really even drive a vehicle by himself. But he's bumped into something. How do you live in Pittsburgh and not like a sandwich? Are you kidding me? Do you
don't
eat
like pierogies?
Do you
don't eat pierogies?
Boy,
don't
bye.
eat chipped ham.
Boy, bye.
I'm with you, Chops. Like that boy.
I'm speechless. I'm without speech. Are you sick? Are you? This is crazy.
Like I always say, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
My family eats sandwiches. They just did. They all had a turkey, cheese, and something. Yeah, they got.
You realize you can even get other breads. You can toast the bread.
It has to be. Listen, if I have a say if I go to Jersey Mike's, I have to have the bread toasted. If I get a sub from anywhere, I don't eat Subway, but if I go to like Jersey Mike's, they do toast it, but I make sure they extra toast it. Like I don't want it soft. I mean, if you count cheesesteak as a sandwich, then I have, but sandwich, nah. Like lunch meat, never in my life. Asley's, never in my life.
Hold on, growing up, you didn't have people. Would you take the lunch to school?
School lunch, or I just didn't eat.
So growing up, your parents never threw like a PBJ or a ham and cheese?
Ho. Do not like peanut butter mixed with jelly. That's terrible. That's nasty.
Oh my God.
First off, we need to have a board meeting. He's gone. He's gone. I can't even believe we're associating with this man. Are you kidding me right now?
That's crazy stuff right there. That's great. That's some crazy shit right
Pete,
there.
this right though. Pete, this. Last week, I'm in Sam's. Sunday, I was in Sam's. They had their little samples. Lady said, one sample, peanut butter and jelly. I was like, yeah, let me see what you got. Is it new peanut butter? It was a Crustable. Never had a Crustable. Fire. End up buying a box of Crustables.
No, listen. I heard if you deep fry a Crustable, I heard that is real good. Deep fry it, yes. try it.
Put some batter on and deep fried. I mean, they deep fried.
No, they didn't batter. They just dropping it right up in there.
He's saying just like that. Just like that.
That's what I heard.
I'd probably air fry it. I'd try it out in the air
I heard
fryer.
that. I heard
I
that.
can't even believe I'm
heard
still talking to this man who doesn't eat peanut butter and
peanut
jelly,
butter and
doesn't eat
jelly. That's
pierogies.
terrible. Dry and
Shit.
wet. That's
Y'all
crazy.
are tripping. Hey,
Move on
let's
to
move on
baseball.
let's go on to baseball. we might have to pull his Pittsburgh card though, for real.
I
For
like
real.
sunflower seeds.
In the shell?
No, I chew them up. I get the seed out and spit the shell out.
But I'm saying you'll take them in the shell. You don't just buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Hey,
Jeez,
look at the Major League Baseball. There's a cluster of teams competing for playoff spots. Without a salary cap, how does that happen?
I think that's what we discussed this a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday. I think that's what the Pirates are trying to do. Like they're just getting a bunch of talent and waiting until they get old, and then they go put them on the field. Because
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Go back to Canada.
Exactly, Schmidt. Exactly, Schmidt. Exactly. Exactly. Here's the thing. To me, for the most, I would like to see the numbers over the last 10 years. How many of the same teams in baseball have made the playoffs? And I'm asking that because of this. As of right now, there's no salary cap. Little past midseason, you got a month or so left, whatever have you. Yeah, maybe there's some in the mix because teams aren't. I don't want to say they're not taking it serious, but when you've got better talent and you're there's no salary cap, so you bought better talent. Towards the end of the season, when it matters, these guys, the pitchers step up, the bats get a little better. It's going to weed itself out. That's why the Pirates and these small market teams don't really. Every once in a while, a small market team will do well. Low payroll team, but for the most part, towards the end, it's always going to be the teams that have the best and biggest payroll. I think now again, I'm not in baseball like you guys are, and I don't really get into it until the playoffs because there's 162 games. So I don't take much of this right now.
Okay.
It's tough because that is a lot of games, but they're never going to reduce that amount of games because of cash.
Oh yeah, without question. And it's the summer pastime. As long as we've got summer, they're going to have baseball. What else are you going to have?
Right.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? So, and there's that. We're America, man. We love going to the ballpark, getting peanuts, getting a hot dog, chilling. You know what I mean? Ice cold brew. So it's going to last, but I don't get into baseball until the playoffs. Number one, and number two, I don't start taking a team serious until we have maybe 10, 15 games left, and then the race, and then we'll see who pulls away and who gets it.
Okay, right. I can't give you specific amount of teams, but I can tell you the Astros, since 2014 to 2023, the Astros have 62 wins. The Dodgers have 48 wins. The Braves have 24 wins. The Royals have 22 wins. The Yankees 21, Philly 19, Cubs 19, Red Sox 18, Nationals 17, and the Guardians 16.
So that sounds like those are the guys that are mostly in there.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, you throw in the Giants a little bit. The Giants and the Guardians both have 16. The Rays have 15. The Rangers have 15. A lot of that, when you get to 16 and 15, that's maybe 1 or 2 years that you're in there. It's those top, say, 5 teams that have between 62 and 21. The Yankees are 21 and 24 since 2014 in the playoffs. Now, here's the team that's a sleeper surprise, Kansas City. Now, you want to talk about why can't the Pirates ever do shit in baseball? It makes no sense because the Kansas City Royals are a smaller market, I believe, than the Pirates, and they are 22-9, and they won a World Series just a few years ago. Yeah. So, and now for all the money the Dodgers spend, guys, 48 and 45 is their playoff record.
Whoa.
48 and 45. That's insane. Like that's pretty fucking bad if you ask me.
Yeah, it is.
For all that cash they spend.
Yeah, it is.
Like grow. I get. Here's my thing with baseball. I get growing your farm system.
At some point, can we eat the damn food?
Yeah, not every guy that's considered a prospect in your farm system pans out. Not every guy. I mean,
it just seems like we have so much of it, Mark. Gee, my knees.
But the Pittsburgh Pirates don't want to make a push, okay? What I heard from Bob Nightingale yesterday, Bob Nightingale has been around forever, fellas. He's been writing forever on Major League Baseball. And they had him on a local radio station that I was listening to, and he told the guys, he said, a team like the Pittsburgh Pirates don't believe that they can do it this year. They're playing for next year. And I thought about what this man said, and I reflected on it, and I thought, okay, the Cardinals are not that good again this year. They're going to be better next year. The Cubs are aligning themselves to be better next year. The Braves are not going to have – there's no chance they're going to not have all their guys back next year. The Braves are going to be better. Why would you not take advantage of the other teams not performing the way they normally do and give yourself the option of making a push? You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the trade deadline here. The teams that are strong are getting stronger. I'm watching these guys move. All these chess pieces are moving. Okay? All these chess pieces are moving. Guys, teams that are in third place, teams that are 2 games out of the wild card spot, here's what they're doing. They're going out and they're grabbing a couple of guys that they can supplement their team with. Pittsburgh lost 2 outfielders yesterday, Palacios and Ji-Wan Bae. 2 outfielders. They're in bad shape. And this guy's out getting relief pitching? Come on, man.
Well, here's the thing. The Pirates organization, they have a beautiful stadium. People are still coming to the games. And now definitely with Skeens, asses in seats. You know what I'm saying? So my thing would be, he doesn't care if he gets a winner. He's got MLB profit sharing. He's still making a profit. He's like, if I can make a profit without spending money, he's going to do it. I don't.
I was told that, again, Pittsburgh radio was on, and the guy said, I don't know if you told me that, Mark, that the guy said that they broke even already. So from here on is just profit, and they ain't trying to rock that boat.
That's 60 games now that he'll profit.
Yeah, they said
60
they ain't trying to rock
games.
that boat. So
can you imagine?
So why would he spend money? He doesn't care.
But I'm like you. Yeah, I'm like you, Chops. That's what I asked. I said, so are they on the radio saying don't show up? Like, when they were telling the people from the Redskins don't show up for Snyder, even though they kept showing up. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Exactly. Because, regardless of what we think, they're not going to, until he sees his pockets hurt, he's not, in that stadium. And now Skeens, people are showing up to see him. When they travel, people are showing up to see him. So, I mean, he's still making his. So why would he change?
They're buying Skeens shirts. They're buying Pirate hats. They're buying, every time you add $1 towards the Pirates, half of it goes into his pocket, and that's all he cares about.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Smitty, how many years the Pirates have one of the top farm systems, and they don't bring up the players?
At least 3 years
for a long time. This year, the Pirates are 15th though in farm system rankings. They dropped. They dropped. Okay, now part of that's because some of those guys have come up.
Yes, right.
Some of it, like Tamar Johnson, who is probably the next big kid coming through.
Yes.
Per se.
Yep.
He started the season out so bad, he was hitting below the Mendoza line.
Right.
He fell out of the top 100. Now he's back in it. He went on a horrid tear, just like he was just on fire. They couldn't get him out. But prior to that, like it was just bad news. And so they're 15th, but they say before they traded Quinn Priester yesterday, I read a list of 10 starting pitchers, Major League Baseball ready starting pitchers in their organization or up with the big club already. 10 starting pitchers, guys that can play.
Okay, so what will he do? He's already profiting this year. Okay, let's see what happens next year. We'll bring one up next year. Now we'll have Skeens and another guy that will put more asses in seats. If it works out that we make the playoffs, great, but I don't have to invest a whole lot more money. And then for the business aspect of it, can't hate what he's doing. We hated his fans, but on the business aspect of it, that's business 101. Make profit when you put the least amount of profit. He's not spending money.
Let me argue that point with you. You watch the Pittsburgh Steelers pretty much sell out every game, right? They put a hell of a team on the field. They spend close to the cap. Okay, they buy big free agents. Now no, I won't say buy big free agents. They pay their guys that perform at the top level, and they'll go out and get some free agents. Right? We've seen them do that now. You watch the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've done it for years. And they put asses in the seats all the time.
Continuously.
All right. Now, the last 2 years, they have not won a playoff game and not made the playoffs. All right. Look for a big change there coming. But the point is, these teams are spending money. They're spending to the cap.
Right.
And they're putting asses in seats, and they're still making money. Why does this guy not understand? He has a young team that could take away from the Steelers and Penguins and fill that stadium, whether you're playing the Miami Marlins, whether Skeens is pitching, or whether you're playing, the Dodgers.
The thing about those two teams you named is they've had success all this time. They've won games. They've won championships. The last time the Pirates won it was 79?
Yeah,
80?
that's when they won the World Series, 79.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's doing that by still getting asses in seats, and he's making a profit without spending.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like, okay, I'm not making as much as the Rooneys. And I don't have the popularity of the Rooneys. Not making and spend as much as the Pens or the property, the popularity of their owner. However, what he's doing is working because he's getting ass in seats, hit the jackpot with Skeens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you're right, Smitty. We do need a payroll, but
it's not a minimum payroll. What it is a spending ceiling, and they take the amount of money that everybody's spending, and they figure, everybody should have to spend $100 million because more teams are spending 150 and above than anything else. So we should all have to spend to 100 million. There are like 8 teams that don't spend to that.
But here's my thing. Here's where I would kick back. Here's my pushback to you and Smitty where there needs to be a minimum. If a guy I'm just picking these numbers just to be argumentative. If a guy only spends 90 million on his roster and they win, great. But if you only spend 90 million and you're losing, your ass is a cellar dweller every year, then your fans need to stop coming. Force him to sell the team. If they're not doing that, you can't blame the owners and force the owners to spend money. We as fans need to say, screw you. We're not coming to watch this abysmal team that you put on the field. You know what I mean? That to me is where, because the owner can do what he wants and we as fans are still showing up. That's where we're like, no, I'm done. I'm done showing up, because then you'll have it to where those that rookie contract Skeens and this, that, whatever, it will come up pretty fast where guys will dip because Skeens are like, I can go make money here, I can go make money there, and still get people to see me play where I'm valued. I just think the players, I can't even see the players because no big time free agents are coming to Pittsburgh to play for the Pirates. You know what I mean? So
they ain't gonna pay him.
I'd say if I'm fans, we got to stop going.
Here you go, fellas. The bottom 5 teams, the Athletics are the bottom team, 60 million. The Pirates, the next to last, 85 million. The Guardians, one of the top teams in baseball, 93 million.
Yep.
Orioles, one of the top teams in baseball, 94 million.
Oh, wow.
The Marlins, 97 million. And that's because they paid a couple of guys that are not performing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got the Rays, the Tigers. Then at 23, you've got the Brewers. The Brewers, who have been sitting in first place for last year and this year in the NL. We're the NL Central. 105, almost 106 million. Come on, man. Almost the whole NL Central is under 20 in terms of high payrolls. The Reds are at 106, the Brewers 105, and the Pirates at 85. That's just crazy to me. The Cardinals 179. Look where they're at. Okay. The Cubbies are at 213 though. Check that shit out. The Cubbies 213.
But here's the thing, Barber, as you said, the Brewers have a low payroll, but they're winning. We wouldn't care. We as Pirates fans wouldn't care if there's a low payroll, but you're winning. We're seeing a low payroll and you're shitting the bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. And at least the Brewers fans have some things to cheer about deeper into the season than we the Pirate fans do.
You know who else? You know who has something to cheer about? The Yankees. They got Jazz Chisholm. You know,
and who the Dodgers pick up? They just got somebody in trade.
They got somebody for man, who did that?
If we're gonna say
The
what
rich got
team,
richer.
that's what I was gonna say. If we're gonna say what teams helped themselves, I say Yankees. Chisholm.
Well,
He brings the left-handed hitting, the power. He can steal bases, play
they got
defense.
L. Leiter Jr. L. Leiter Jr. was the
Just
number
now?
2 draft pick in Major League Baseball 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they got him from the Cubs. Hey, look, as far as Jazz Chisholm, they gave up a 15th and an 18th prospect in their organization to get Jazz Chisholm. That's all they gave up.
Wow.
They didn't even give up a top 5 prospect. Now, keep in mind the Yankees wanted something specific. They said we want a catcher. Hey, if I'm the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm getting rid of Henry Davis right now. I'm sorry. He's not performing. They're giving him every opportunity. They've ruined this kid. They've ruined this kid sticking his ass in right field. They've ruined this kid. All right, in my opinion. You got Joey Bart. He's doing well. You're getting Andy Rodriguez back next year. You're going to have 2 really good catchers. 2 really good catchers. Henry Davis ain't cracking that lineup as a catcher. I'm sorry, fellas. He isn't.
Wow.
He isn't. You know, get something in a needed position for a young kid. Give that kid an opportunity to succeed. He was a 1 of 1. Oh, he was 1 of 1. He was the guy. And they screwed him over is what they did. They screwed him over. That's where that organization is. It's just not fair to some of these guys. Skeens is like, fuck you, I'm going to do my thing, and you're going to have to promote me, and you're going to have to look at me. And you know what? When the time comes, if you still don't have a competitive team here and you're not offering me decent money, I'm gone too. You know, why guys like, hey, God bless Mitch Keller. God bless Brian Reynolds. You know, those guys who stuck around got decent paydays. They could have got more other places. But I wouldn't want to work for somebody who's not going to try and improve on the place where I'm working. Yeah. If I worked in a school that was some shit, that the administration was terrible and didn't take care of anything,
and you're not seeing, yeah.
I'm out of there. I'm out of there. You know, it's a little bit different because these guys get to command their own salary. But
but I'm feeling you because you're like, yeah, you command your own salary, but you want to be someplace come October, you feel like you're in it, or you at least got a shot. Yeah. And so I'm feeling you on that, man. I'm feeling you. Hey, but then again, you got guys like Mike Trout who's never went anywhere. You know, I understand different team, different organization, they pay the money.
Always hurt too, though.
Yeah, now he is. But think about it, Mike Trout, he's never won a playoff series.
That's the organization's fault for the management that they had because they went out and got players. Shit, they had Trout and Ohtani.
Yeah, they did.
Those guys together.
So they were trying. So they were. They were trying. They were trying.
Like it's not like they hadn't tried. It's the fact that they didn't have management in place. They didn't have people in place calling the shots that would push them over the top, making good decisions, moving guys around to support them to go to the next level. Can you imagine if you had Ohtani in Pittsburgh? Can you imagine if you just had Trout in Pittsburgh? Even Trout, who gets hurt frequently now, how much he would add to this team?
Yeah.
One of the things I try to explain to people is this. As a player getting traded and you're a big bat and you go to a team that has some okay bats, you change that lineup.
Oh, without question.
You change the pitcher's mentality.
Without
question. You change everything. One bat can change an entire batting lineup. And I don't understand why the Pittsburgh Pirates don't get that. They just don't get that piece of it.
They don't. There's nothing. If we could get somebody from the Pirates organization on here, I tell them flat out, sir, in all due respect, there's nothing you can tell me that makes me believe you guys want to win. You know what I mean? Just being honest with you, because it's hard for me to believe what you say because I see what you do. You don't bring anybody in. You don't sign. You know, I don't know, man.
Hey, we got to move on to Olympics. The boys got a baseball tryout here in a little bit, so we got to get there, okay? The Olympics, we talked about the opening of the games. Who are some of the early media darlings that they've been hyping up? Have you seen?
Bow. It's got to be the return of Bows.
Yeah, she won the all around.
Yeah, I actually watched them and the women and the boy. This is probably the most Olympics I've watched ever, to be honest with you. I usually just
the men shocked me.
I was going to tell you that, Chops. You see,
I was shocked with the men. Yes, I was shocked because I watched the Olympic trials for the men in gymnastics, and they gave them a lot of praise, and a lot of those cats were faltering under the pressure of the trials. So I honestly didn't know if they'd be able to come and rise to the top and do what they needed to do. But fella, and that's what I've been watching now, the gymnastics a lot. Now I don't think I've watched 30 seconds of basketball, not 30 seconds at all. Well, not at the U.S. I watched some of Canada and France, but I didn't watch any of the U.S. men's basketball team. However, I knew gymnasts were small, but I didn't realize how small the men's gymnastics team was. That Asher Young is 5'1". They list him at 5'1". And guys, in sports, they sort of give you a little bit every now and again. You know what I mean?
I was
So
fast
Asher might be
5'11".
Like 4'11". He might be like 4'11", 98 pounds.
Yes, short as the weekend. I'm like, fellas, I mean, when I'm looking at Frederick Richard, Freddie boy, he's like 5'5", 5'3". I'm like, geez, Lou. I couldn't believe how small these guys are. Really.
I watched some water polo, or
I did too. I watched.
Yeah, I thought that's really good. Those girls are very. I watched the girls; they were very.
Guess what
impressive.
I'm looking forward to though?
What
break dancing.
I think I'll watch just because I want to see the silliness of why they would put that shit in.
I'm
lost.
Yeah.
The Olympics.
Is Shabadoo gonna be on there? And Turbo?
Oh yeah, I mean, and I don't know who's gonna have the theme music from Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo on.
Yes.
Oh, that
Charlie
was
and Jerry, baby.
So you know what I mean. So well, mine, of course, fellas, is I want to see wrestling. I'm looking up for wrestling. The men's 100, the men's by 400 relay.
Yes,
I want to see that. I want to see the women's 100, the women's relay. I want to see the men's 200.
Speaking of wrestling, the Hutcherson kid is he going to be
Mario.
able to go? He'll be able to go to Olympics sometime. Oh, he's too young now. Okay,
still too young. Yeah. Still too young. Yeah.
Next
I believe Mario will be there.
I want to see Shikari run. I want to see her run her ass off and win the gold.
Okay.
Shikari Richardson.
Well, she got to beat the Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Got to beat the Jamaicans, man. You got to beat the Jamaicans.
You know that 16-year-old boy running for the U.S. He's from down here. He went to Bullis High School.
He goes to Bullis High School.
Yeah. Fellas, and I mean, I've been watching some of the swimming and, cheering on, but I was really surprised with the gymnastics as we spoke about. But I'm looking forward to the sprinting and the wrestling, the wrestling.
Okay. I mean,
how about the shot put? That's always my favorite to watch. That and the discus. Those dudes throw at the length of the fucking stadium. How do you do that?
For me, when I'm doing that aspect, it's high jump. Fellas, they got yeast in their shoes. That to me, though. Yo, no sandwich, no salad. Yo, they got yeast in their shoes. They rise. That to me, dog. Yeah, dog.
Nope.
They take gravity as an option. They get up there, dog. They get up there.
Chumps, I'd like to see you high jump.
Man, I'm clearing any index card you got. I'll clear it. You give me any, I'll clear an index card with no trouble.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
good discussion.
Man,
fellas.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. But that's what I'm going to do.
Hey, we're gonna close it out on pancakes or waffles.
I gotta go pancakes. I'm a pancake guy.
Fellas, here's the crazy part. Show my ignorance. Pancakes all the way. I just recently, when I say recently, within the last 8-10 years, started eating waffles. I hated waffles. I know it's made of the same batter.
Yes, you're like my kids.
But here's the thing.
Let go, my ego.
But listen to me. Hated waffles. Hated them. I could do pancakes all day. And I'll eat bacon, but I always take sausage over bacon at a buffet. I don't even get bacon on my sandwiches.
Time out. See, now listen. See, this is some bull. So how you on me about the sandwiches and salad, but you don't eat waffles and bacon? Well, I'm sorry, I don't eat bacon, but
hold on. Waffles I didn't really care for, but at least
Maradei.
But at least in my case, there is a pancakes versus waffles debate. Everybody likes sandwiches.
No, I don't.
You're the weirdo.
Interesting. That's interesting. Wow. I just like food.
Dude,
not gonna
here's the
lie.
crazy part. I'll bite the shit out of a pork chop, but I don't want a piece of ham.
Don't like
I-
ham.
I
Don't-
love sausage,
don't like
but I
pork
don't really
chops.
care for bacon.
Yeah, don't like ham or pork chops.
I eat
So
them both.
Thanksgiving,
If I'm-
listen, on Thanksgiving, I'm an all sides guy. All
Yeah.
sides.
What about turkey?
If it's deep fried, yes. If it's regular, no. I'm a sweet potato, collard greens, and biscuits or cornbread, and yeah, I'm all that. That's all me over there.
How
But
you like
this-
the sweet potato? You like the sweet potato casserole, or you like them making the yams with the?
I'm the
I
only
like
brother
both.
that don't eat sweet potatoes. I don't mess with them. I do
all right,
not
we
eat
done,
sweet
man.
potatoes.
This show's
I
over,
can't
man.
do it.
Thanks to
I
Charlie
can't
Hudson.
do it.
Charlie
I can't
Hudson,
do it.
Terry Maradei, Chuck on the sound. Good night.
I can't do it. All the other soul food,
Find us on
I'm
social
down.
media. This is crazy. Now
I
he's
can't
on
do
me.
it. I
You
can't.
don't eat
Sorry.
sweet potatoes? Come on, man. Wrap this up.
Can't
Go ahead,
do it.
Chops. Tell them how they find you.
Not
Well,
about the
you
sweet
know,
potatoes.
On the gram, you'll find me eat Big Chop 79. On the X, it's the real Big Chops. On Facebook, Michael Gregory Mills, and I'll have a sandwich and a crispy salad everywhere.
Yeah, you can have that.
Shene, tell them how they find you.
I'm Rage Against the Rasheen on Instagram. I'm Rasheen Hill on Facebook, and you'll find me by the sides: sweet
Okay.
potatoes, collards. You know,
How do you not have meat? That's the
I
American
don't even,
way.
I don't even, I don't even eat macaroni and cheese, Chops.
I'm done. You wouldn't. Yeah. Hey, check us. Check our webpage out at podpage.com. Original Sports Podcast. I'm all tongue tied now because he got me all whack. Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat at OSP with MM. On the gram, TikTok, and YouTube at Original Sports Podcast. Shout out to our networks: Manning Media, Let's Talk Sports, Sideline Sportsnet, ESEN, Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, and Peak One Sports out of Dallas. Catch us Tuesday night, tonight, on our Roku show from 9 to 10. Feel free to let us know if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for guests, even a good sandwich for Rasheen to eat by emailing us at originalsportspodcast@gmail.com. Shout out to Steve Medley for doing the voice intro. Shout out to Chuck Hudson for doing the intro and outro. Join us next week to experience the O on the Original Sports Podcast.
Yeah.